Hey, good morning, friends. Saturday, the 29th of September, 2018, day 2 of my CBD oil adventure. Uh, Let me give you a rundown. So, yesterday afternoon, I received via FedEx my CBD oil from Medterra. Um, I am approved as a retailer. I want to help myself, first of all. That's the primary thing. Do a scientific study as best as possible using the oil. I've got a slip disc, back pain. The average pain on a daily basis is about 7, peak to 8, sometimes 9. Falling down to my knees, it's that painful. I also have a situation with my fingers, trigger fingers. You can look that up, where the joints lock up and the fingers lock up in its position. So I don't like taking prescriptions. I don't like taking over-the-counter meds, OTC, like Advil, because we know some of the side effects that can happen, or long-term issues that can happen with certain people and such, and depending on, of course, amount of dosage that you take. My situation, yeah, I could use probably 12 Advils a day, but I know what that would do to my liver if I did that. So, not gonna do it. Well, let me tell you some of my routines that I do. I've got diabetes as well. Supposedly CBD oil, people that are taking it have indicated great results for type 2 diabetes, as far as curing type 2 diabetes. Just tidbit information. Type 2 diabetes is where people like myself produce the insulin but doesn't use that effectively to manage the glucose level in our blood. So it becomes a major problem, and if it's not controlled properly, can run into serious issue with internal vital organs, neuropathy. That's where the nerve endings in our extremities to the hands and the feet, particularly, where they die. Then once that happens, it could lead to amputation in some diabetics because it's dead down there. So I'm trying to avoid that. Let me tell you what I've been using due to a friend, Homero, here on North Padre Island, told me about cannery seed milk. So I started using this about March of this year. I went off metformin, which is the common diabetic medicine prescribed, yes, prescribed to type 2 diabetic patients. It was causing me, I think, more harm than good. I used to run into episodes of both the extreme, where my body would heat up, sweat, wake up all hours of the night, not getting decent sleep. Then opposite of hypoglycemia, where the blood glucose level is extremely low, low being below 100. I would get into the 50s, where my body would tremble, my internal organ and muscles felt like it was shutting down, then almost collapsing. Yeah, it could lead to coma and death, of course. So Homero told me about cannery seed milk. So it's a powder form. I did a lot of research on the internet with it. So I started cannery seed milk regimen back about March of this year, and I see my glucose levels go down from the 180s down to 140s, 120s, high 120s, and so forth. And that's where I want to be. Get down to 120s. Again, I had to get off of going on my motorcycle ride. So I'm back on it and looking forward to it, along with the CBD oil. Now, using combination of both, I won't know which is being truly effective, which is more beneficial, or so forth, but I'm gonna give a double bang if I get down to the 120s, high 120, 130s with the combination CBD oil. It could get down even below that, so I could attribute, at least I know what cannery seed milk will do, but if it gets below that, I know that the CBD oil will have helped as well. So that's what this mixture is. It's not a great taste, so what I do sometimes is add honey to it. I forgot to add honey, organic honey, real honey, which have you, not fructose. Fructose, you know, corn syrup, all that. Please cut off all that garbage. It's bad for the body. Leads to obesity, leads to, in my mind, diabetes and so forth. So get off it. So I think I forgot to put the honey to give it a better taste. Otherwise, it's disgusting taste in my mind. Some people love the taste, which I find it very particular. Another thing, regimen I do with the canary seed milk every morning, vitamin C, 1,000 milligram, vitamin B12 multiplex, and I take one other supplement I'll tell you about sometime in the future. So, down the hatch. Okay, I did add the honey, I forgot. I'm in a hurry this morning, I got a lot of things to take care of, so that did not taste so bad to the honey. Thank you. Alright, so if you've been following me, I took the oral drop, 1 milliliter, put it underneath the tongue yesterday afternoon, 1400 hours, which would be 2 p.m. Then last night, I went out for a little bit, had a couple Heinekens, right? Alcohol doesn't help the body. Wine, we all know about, especially wet wine, what it can help with. And some beer, as I understand, because it's called what's called a vasodilator, opens up the blood vessels, which means our circulatory system is working better, getting more oxygen and nutrients throughout the body and extremities. All right, but for me, you know, and especially hard liquor, I don't drink hard liquor hardly anymore. Besides mezcal, yeah, some of you know that I love mezcal now and then, but not frequently. So. I won't take this now because I'll need to, as far as the tincture, all right, droplets, because I have to keep it underneath my tongue because it absorbs more readily underneath the tongue there from where I stand. So I won't do that now, otherwise you'll get me speaking like this. So I won't do that. So if you've been following me yesterday, later in the afternoon, I applied the topical ointment, okay, to my hands because you know I got trigger fingers. And check this out, waking up like this, I couldn't do that before like this because it would be like this, trigger fingers. Then I did wake up this morning with trigger finger where my joint was locked. This, let's see, yeah, it was this finger this time. Last night it was this finger, okay? But even then, it's not locking up right now, but this morning I did wake up with middle finger on my right hand that was locked up. But as far as the CBD oil, it's supposed to be anti-inflammatory, help with the inflammation, and I believe in it because this is only day 1. You know, yesterday application, I haven't applied any yet. And I got that much mobility, which is fantastic, without straining to open and close, okay? So this is, my God, I'm just very stoked about this. So this is cool. I'm gonna continue to use the topical ointment on my hand. I did apply some on my back. Now, as far as the back pain, and I don't wanna, induce any type of mental thinking, oh yeah, this is working and so forth. I want to be fair to myself and fair to all of you. After the 1 milliliter application and, you know, late afternoon and evening around 6-ish, 7-ish, I did feel some relief, okay? I'm gonna say I believe, okay? It felt better. Absolutely better? No, I still had back pain due to the slip disc, but I felt some comfort. Combination, I believe, was due to the droplet, the tincture, as well as I did put some topical ointment on my back. So I think it helped. So, you know, it's too early for me to jump up and wave, but as you've seen testimonials on my post, a lot of people been using it and using it now with great results. So I'm confident of that based on these are friends, right? Saying that it works. But for me to just jump on and say, you know, start the balloons and confetti falling down, I can't do that personally myself because I still have the deep pain in my back. Although, you know, I do feel some relief and comfort in it. And definitely I can let the balloons and confetti fall down because I love this. I love this, you know, being able to move my hands like this. It feels great, I'm pumped up. Last night, you know, another thing the CBD oil is supposed to help with, you know, particularly ingesting it, is that lessens anxiety. I feel that. I'm under enormous stress because I'll tell you, yeah, this is, yeah, I'll share it with you, but some of you may be in the same boat. I got lazy earlier this year and I didn't file my taxes, filed for an extension. So October is just right here at the doorsteps and I gotta file my taxes. So that leads to some anxiety. So I was losing sleep over that and getting slight case of anxiety attacks and so forth. But I feel a little calmer now about it. I hope it's not so psychosomatic, but I feel a little less anxiety. CBD oil is supposed to help with better sleep. And you know, there's testimonial people mentioning on my posts and so forth. Last night, I couldn't say because we had roaring thunderstorm pretty much good part of last night, and I don't care how induced you know, a person is, and some people can sleep through doggone probably mother of all bombs for you know and so forth, but I'm a light sleeper. So I did sleep light, but you know, hey, I recognize that roaring thunderstorm all through the night, so it kept me up. So I can't for say at this moment that it has helped me wholeheartedly. I won't do that. But testimonial from people already, it's incredible, incredible. I'm so happy about my hands. This is cool. So that's it for me, giving you an update. I'm so happy about this topical ointment, you know, and I'm hoping the tincture is gonna really knock it out of the ballpark for many things with my body, you know, getting to a better condition and optimal as possible. And if you follow me, no matter what we take and so forth, we can't forget about proper diet, better diet. We can't be junking out on bacon, you know, that's been overrated and so forth. You know, no, that's not good stuff. I lived on bacon, I lived on steak and so forth. No, that's not good. And I was nearly dead August of 2014. I had 100% clogged artery. Okay, so I'll tell you about that another time. So I lived on all that bad stuff. Burgers, which I love. I love steak. I got special steak knives in a wooden case, fancy wood case. That's how much I steak in, you know. Not good. Eating it, you know, frequently. You know, I love ribs, I love barbecue, I love Twinkies, I love donuts, I love chocolate. You know, my Hershey's bar or those fancier chocolate bars and so forth. But I came to a point quite some time ago, you know, enough, my body was starting to shut down. I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the great mental aptitude to go about my day. But, you know, I was always optimistic, that type of attitude, but when your body's feeling like crap, all right, when you can't even routinely go about mowing the lawn and stuff, like exercising. I can't say I love exercise, it's a pain in the ass in my mind, because it's a struggle, but do I like going for hikes up mountains and walks without breathing heavy? Heck yes, or without, you know, significant muscle pain with lactic acid building up so quick that you're out of breath and so forth. Heck no. I want to feel more alive, go on more adventures, okay? Especially with friends, and enjoying what life has to offer. I don't want to struggle, because that's the miserable way about going through life. So join me on this journey, okay? If you're already there and got the full energy, motivation, your health is great, I want to learn from you what you do and what you've been doing. If you're in kind of my type of boat, or you want to elevate yourself, you're at that plateau and you want to do better, join me. I'm going to share all the information with you, what I do, okay? Exercise, stretching is very vital. I'm not going to take for granted all this stuff, CBD oil, going to help me and say, hey, just rely, put it underneath the tongue. That's not going to happen. I know I'm going to need to tone my muscles better, stretch to get the joints moving more freely without the, complications and so forth, okay? So a combination of things. We're going to get there. Salute. This is my coffee. You're probably wondering, why is he using a camping mug? Well, psychological, because I'm preparing to ride around the world someday. That's my probably, next to last adventure. So I gotta plan and make things happen, including getting my body in optimal shape. Thanks for joining me. I realize this is a long video. I couldn't do a live feed for some reason. I'm shooting with my iPad. It would allow me to do a horizontal landscape. Cheers.